Hello my friends, welcome back to the next flight of our IVAO World Tour, leg number 6. No, actually leg number 7, from Ibiza to Cannes in southern France. I've set up the flight plan already. I'm just connected now to the IVAO network. And basically I am ready to set everything up in the airplane. So we will have, or we actually have a problem with the Microsoft servers. So I think we are running now on offline data. Not sure about that. But at least we will have live weather. At least I didn't get any error message for that. So that should be real-time weather then. Emergency lights, tail floodlights, and we are ready to set everything up in the GPS. So what we will do first is we will check our fuel. So what we need is 2,600 kilograms. That makes it 1.3. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. And I will check on IVAO about the weather information of the airport. We have 23088. Let's see if I can see the weather information already. 218 at 8, 230 at 8. Yeah, okay. At least it seems as if the weather is live. So we're jumping right into our flight plan, and we will at the origin of Ibiza, at destination of Cannes, Mandelieu, and then we will check the departure procedure. So we are flying the Mahon 5 Echo departure. No transition, runway 24 is correct. We load that in. And then we go and add our first en route waypoint, which will be Lumas. And the next waypoint will be MRM. Ablak will be the next one. Ablak. And from that point on, we will fly the Ablak to Victor for the runway 35. The Ablak to Victor for runway 35. Load. And the approach, we will have actually let me check on the Navigraph part what we want to fly. We can the RNP Zulu RNP Zulu Yankee via Inlove and via Nikip. So Nikip is this part here, and Inlove is this one. So what we are flying is the Arnav. Actually, there is no, in my charts, there is no Arnav approach. listed for runway 35. And also I don't have a localizer Alpha or Bravo. Arnav Zulu is this one, runway 35. Via Nikip load. Speedbugs we want to have we rotate. Do that here as well. We rotate. That's it. Flight plan is set up. We can now start the APU and we are basically ready to go. Behind me is a KLM Boeing just departing. Over there. And we will call for pushback. Turn on the APU generator and also all the other generators. The APU is at 100% available, so we can disconnect the external power. The pushback is connected. Release parking brake and go backwards, and then we can start the engines. Wait for N2 20%. Okay, he wasn't connected, I think. Well, bye-bye. Oops. And run. Oh, run. Ah, there it is. And we are now starting engine number 2. Hold pushback, stop pushback. Parking brake is set. %, N2. Start engine number 2. Flight director on. Speed to 250, altitude is set. Our final flight plan altitude is 390. And we have engine number 2 running as well. And we will arm the ground spoilers. Release the parking brake. Taxi lights on, anti-collision lights on. Whoops. And there we go. So very nice sunset already. Let's hope we will have some more light when we are approaching Cannes. I just have to check the speed because it's accelerating again. Wow, Have a look here. Isn't this nice? And we are fairly light. We just have 41% fuel on board, so we will take the next taxiway to the right for departure. Flaps set for departure. Runway 24. And landing lights on. Transponder mode on. And go for the timer. I want to set the timer now to check my flight time. We will climb with 2,600 feet. We set nav already. And there we go. And we rotate. And we are airborne. Gear up. Auto throttle engaged. Autopilot. Flaps up. And set to nav mode GPS. Heading up. And there we go. Nice into the sun. And now we're turning left. We will turn on some lights here so that we can see better. We can turn off the APU and also the APU generator. Unfortunately, we won't have any ATC, at least not for now. Our pilot heat is off. I will turn that on. I always forget that because it's on the co-pilot side. So I most of the time forget that. And there we are departing. So I think this is offline data. It's not online data, unfortunately. But still, it looks amazing. And we are close to passing flight level 100. I can turn the standard pressure in now to 992, and same over here. And then we will now do another left turn, more into the direction, in the easterly direction towards Cannes. And we're passing 10,000, so landing lights and taxi lights off. Pulse lights, forgot these, turned on now. I'm not sure, is this Formentera over here, or is Formentera more... Or is this one Formentera? I think this one is Formentera. But actually I don't know what this is. If this belongs to Ibiza, I'm not sure. And I will now speed up. Flight plan. And I want to check already about the top of descent, because actually the route we have is from SimBrief, and SimBrief suggested flight level 430 as cruising altitude, but I thought that this might be a little bit too high, so I reduced that to 390. I think this is high enough. And I will now just have a look here. Cannot find anything, but let me check here. There is no complete information, but if I select the airport of LFMD, Mandelieu, I have a distance of 387 nautical miles, and for the Arnaf Zulu runway 35, I want to be at 2,000 feet. So that means that we need to descend 37,000 feet times 3 is 111 nautical miles. 111 nautical miles with a 3 degrees glide path to descend towards our destination. Flight level 180 passed. And I will zoom out now on the navigation display. Yeah, we are now passing Palma de Mallorca to the south. You can see it right here. Let me zoom in. You can see it right here. This is Palma de Mallorca. Oops. So we're passing that. Here's Ibiza. And according to the IVAO map, it says that we have a flight time of 1 hour remaining. And actually, that could be. Of course, I try to make it more... I make it faster, so that we will have good weather, a nice sunset when we land. of course, we are the only arrival into Cannes today. Actually, there's one outbound. He's also flying the business jet tour, the one who is going to Beauvais-Til, which is the next airport. Yeah, it's in northern France, north of Paris. And I'm really looking forward to the approach, because I know the approach from Nice, which is very nice, and I hope that the approach in into Cannes is as nice as it is into Nice. Once we're passing flight level 290, I will switch over to Mach numbers again, as we always do. And then we will increase the speed to Mach 0.82, which is our final cruise speed. Yeah, thank you, Jeremy. He just said that the offline data still looks amazing. Yeah, I think so as well. For offline data, it's really nice. I'm not sure if I can check this here. Graphic files. So everything is on. But I don't know if it's connected or not. Oh yeah, it is connected. So we're not flying offline data anymore. Yeah, there you can see it's updating. So unfortunately we now are connected. Unfortunately, because we just missed the ground details from Ibiza. But yeah, I'm happy that we are back online. (1,500 feet to go until we reach flight level 290. APU is turned off. APU generator is off. And of course I forgot to set the timer. I will start it now, so we missed like, I don't know, 10 minutes or something. But yeah, anyway. And I will just note down the departure time. Which was 17:16:57, I think. And we will switch now to Mach 0.82. Reduce the climb rate, and actually we can go to flight level change as soon as we reached Mach 0.82. And we go now to flight level change, so we will stop the climb. No, we won't stop it because we just reached... no, we didn't reach it, but yeah, when we click flight level change, that means that it just maintains the speed we just have, whatever it is, and then climb at a max rate. So it's reducing the speed, or it reduced the speed to 0.805 or what it was, and now I increased it to Mach 0.82. And actually flight level 430 would have been high enough. Would be possible to fly. But yeah, we filed flight level 390 and we will maintain flight level 390. We're getting closer to flight level 390. We have headwind with 38 knots. That's not as good. And we are now passing Palma de Mallorca. Airport is over here. Don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's getting dark slowly. The sun is still up. And we are going as fast as we can, so that we have some light left once we arrive at Cannes. We have now reached our cruising speed. So let me just check quickly our remaining flight time. 44 minutes left. 44 minutes left until our approach in Cannes. We have 322 nautical miles left for the airport. This is just a rough number because of course we need to be at 3,000 feet a little bit earlier. And also this is a direct distance, so if we would go to the airport from here directly, then it would mean that we have 320 nautical miles, but actually we're going a little bit further than that because we go to the north. I think I can show you. So if I move this route over here, see, we're going to make a little circle here. Make a little circle here, and then we're coming in from the south. So actually the distance we fly at the moment is a little bit further than 314 nautical miles, and yeah, I think that's fine as well. On the left side here we can see a lot of traffic going on there in Palma. I think this is a departure. Here's a departure as well. These guys are on the ground here, these two. There's an approach and there's a departure as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And I also think, let me zoom out a bit. If I can go one, whoops, wrong direction. No, if I go one step further, then I won't see it. And actually there's another arrival here. We cannot see it, but it's there. So there's a lot going on. And then of course it's me. Just passing by, waving and saying hello. There you go. Also with the online map details now. Looks very nice. Also with the lights. Fantastic. Airport is over there. The Palma Airport. And if we look ahead, then we can also see it. We can also see it here. This is Minorca, which is this one here. This island is Minorca, and here down here, there is the airport of Minorca. Okay, sun is setting down, hitting the horizon, so it's getting darker and darker with every second. Of course it is. We're going 449 ground speed. We will now turn left over Minorca. You can see it here, and that means that we will have slightly better winds than we have at the moment, because at the moment we have more headwind. So our true airspeed, which can we see here, is 461, but as we have headwind, the ground speed is just 449. If we pass Minorca here and turn left, we will have more of a wind from behind. So I think that the ground speed will then change a little bit from, let's say, true airspeed 461 into ground speed, well, I'm not sure, maybe ground speed 471 or something. More of and you see the sun is almost halfway down the horizon and it's getting dark already. It's getting a lot darker. Actually, this is the horizon down here, and then you can see this red light here in the blue sky, because these are stars. I'm not sure if you can see it on the stream, but here are stars. Looks a bit weird actually. But yeah, well, on the other hand, it looks nice, but a little bit weird. Okay. So the airport of Minorca is down here somewhere. Should be this one here. Yeah, unfortunately I cannot zoom in from the cockpit. But yeah, and we don't need the light in here, so we can turn this off. this is, by the way, what a dark cockpit will look like. I can turn the panel lights on, but actually, yeah, you can see it's very, very bright. You cannot even read it. I'm not sure how the quality is on the stream, but I can not read it anymore here in the sim. So I will have to bring that back down to turn it off. And we are close of passing Menorca. I will switch to the outside view in a second. There you go, and there is the airport. We can see it luckily because of the lights, otherwise it would be more difficult. And isn't this nice? Isn't this nice? Looks a little bit like polar lights. I'm not even sure if this is real, like if this could be seen in real life, or if this just a render error in the simulator. But actually I like it. It looks really nice. And the sun is set now, all the way down the horizon. So we will have the darkness coming in now quite fast. Yeah, we won't have any light, unfortunately, for the approach then, I think, because if we look out the window it's dark already. So even here on the ground it's dark already, no more light. I tried to give my best to be as fast as possible, but unfortunately I couldn't depart earlier, so yeah. Also, we still have no ATC online, neither on the way to Nice, to Cannes, nor at our destination. So yeah, I can basically turn off the tail floodlights as well. We don't need them here. Oh, by the way, the wind changed as well, so we are ground speed now 487 instead of just 471. So we're going even faster. Unfortunately, I cannot turn down the brightness of these displays here, because I think they are very bright. I would like to turn this down, but that's not possible. And according to the IVAO map, we have 28 minutes left. Let me check our distance here, 227, so we still have 100 nautical miles to go. Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't look very nice if we go over the ocean, and it's dark outside, so you can see basically nothing, just the islands in the back here. Yeah, I mean the sunset looks nice over here, the red sky, the burning sky. Jeremy's also flying online. He's participating in the fly-in to Bogota, and he's currently at the coast of Honduras, and he said that the sun is still shining. Of course it is. They are, I think, roughly 9 hours behind the Europeans, so of course it should. We are now inbound Lumas, and still 210 nautical miles before Cannes. What we can do is we can set the localizer frequencies. And I will now check with the charts. That is interesting, by the way. We have a localizer runway 35 at 110.350, and I don't see that on the charts page. So I just tried to check that, but I don't have any frequency here on the real world charts. Maybe it's a localizer course 11035. Ah, yeah, okay. So there is runway 17, and they have a localizer approach. And for runway 35, this localizer approach, I think, is the localizer back course. So That's yeah, should be like that. Although I don't understand why the localizer course for the real world charts is for runway 17. Maybe... No, actually the localizer is inbound for runway 35. But if I check the 35 charts, I don't see what's the reason for that. And RNF RMP approach. I just tried to understand the charts, but actually I don't understand them. I'm trying to figure out how this is working. I have absolutely no idea. I mean, this RNP alpha for runway 17 basically is a circling approach. Must be a circling approach. But I cannot find any advice on the or any hint on the chart that it indeed is a circling approach. Oh, visual, okay. So there is a visual approach chart for runway 17. And for runway 35, the RNF Zulu. We're inbound 2000 at Foxtrot Delta 35 Zulu. Actually, let me see. 107, okay. So there is still some time left. I will now check the approach and let's see. So we have this one here, and then we have MD409. This is actually not on the chart. Oh, it is on the charts. That's the MD409 is the actual missed approach point. We have ML346, which is actually not on the chart. That's gonna be interesting. We have another one here. Maybe it's this one. CI04 right. Whatever this is. So let me set up another approach. I'm going to... Why is the chart from via Inlov different to the one via Nikip? Okay. Okay, let me just try to set that up. Approach. Arnav 35 Zulu, Arnav Alpha. Let's set up Arnav Alpha, transition Nikib. So, and then we have MD404. This is actually in there. Then we have MD405 is also in. Then we have Obota, but this is not on the chart. Obota is not on the chart. It is on the Yankee. It is on the Yankee chart. So we could go FD17 Alpha and MD17 Alpha. That's also not on the charts. So let's say localizer Alpha via Nikib. Also no. Okay, this is not correct. Arnav Bolba. This one it is. Arnav Zulu via Nikib transition. Load. Because then we have 404, 405 Bolba. After Bolba we have Foxtrot Delta 350 and then Mike Delta 409. That's correct. Just the ML346 doesn't appear in here. But that's no problem. That's at least the correct one. So we loaded that in. And at least we're now flying the correct one. Waypoint info, airport 146. Okay, still time to go. So what happens is we have a glide path angle of 3.5 degrees and we have a straight in landing for runway 35 then. We are category Alpha, so we have a radio altimeter of what is it, 870 set. And we approach in a 3.5 degrees glide path. We will approach with roughly 130 knots. So we will descend with roughly 800 feet per minute from Foxtrot Delta 350. And then we will approach point number 2. This is MD, like Mike Delta 409, and at this point, this is our missed approach point, so we need to have the airport in sight by then. If not, then we execute the missed approach procedure, which is turn right to Mike Delta 410, climbing 2000. Then proceed to Mike Delta 412, maximum 160 knots, and then proceed direct. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, there are a lot of Mike Deltas, like fixes of the airport, which are not in the GPS. So if we need to go around, then we need to find another way of like vectoring around or something. There's the French coast coming in. The last bits of the sunset. Looks very beautiful, I think. And with the aircraft above. Looks very nice. And we have 125 nautical miles to go. I hope it's direct. I just hope it's direct. So, because if not, then we might get a problem, like the approach into Ibiza was. But yeah, we will see. Because I think basically it should be okay. Okay, let's start to descend. We are, or actually, we have some more time because we're flying here these curves. Or actually, we started just to be a little lower, just in case. I mean, we don't. If we calculate our 3 degrees pass, then we would need to descend with 2,200 feet already. So I will just descend with 1,500 as we are going a little bit earlier and as we have these curves in the route. So no need to descend with the complete 3 degrees descent. And if we notice that we are a little bit high, then we can descend faster at a later point. This red sky. Actually, our calculated or estimated time of arrival was 1757 Zulu, and our GPS tells us that we will arrive at 1800 UTC. So we are quite on time. Maybe 3 minutes later, but that's really good. I will increase the descent rate a bit. I'm just afraid that that will be too high. We have 102 nautical miles to go to the airport. We have, this time we don't have any VORs to tune in before we approach. There's nothing we could set up except I'll learn the charts, read the charts. The transition altitude will be 5,000 feet, by the way. And we have a group of trees on the left side of the runway. So if we are not centered to the runway, then we should better stay to the right. But on the right there is a building reaching up 72 feet, so that will just become critical, like on the final. And at this point we need a stabilized approach anyway, so if we don't have it by that way, by the missed approach point, then we need to go around anyway, so yeah. At Nikip, we have to be at minimum flight level 60 and maximum flight level 110, and with a speed of 180 knots if we are in the holding. If not, then we have to be at a maximum of 220 knots. So I will recalculate. We have 90 miles to go. We have 27,000 feet roughly to go, even a little bit more. So let's say 28. Makes it 92 nautical miles. And we're descending with 490 ground speed, so we definitely need to descend a little bit deeper or steeper. We are almost over the coast. And we are passing now flight level 290, so I will turn back the speed to indicated airspeed, and I will reduce the speed to 305 knots indicated. According to our flight plan, we should cross Marseille VOR, which we are crossing right about 19 nautical miles. We should be at flight level 384. So that's a lot higher than we currently are. So I'm a little bit confused what the what flight sim is expecting as descent rate. Yeah, let's see. I mean, if we are too high, then we can still enter the holding at Nikip, which is the initial approach fix, and we can do a holding there, and then we can descend in the holding down to flight level 60, so that would be no problem. We still have 77 miles to go. Reduce the ground speed already. The weather information for Cannes is varying winds with 3 knots. We have a visibility more than 10 kilometers, a few clouds at 2,800 feet, and we have 10 degrees. We have a QNH of 1019 hectopascal. So we have 20,000, so roughly 60 nautical miles. We have 71 to go. So we're quite fine. So we need to be actually, where is that? Oh, at Ablak, we need to be at or below flight level 200. We are already below flight level 200, and Ablak is here. So we are perfectly in, but it's telling me that we must have a speed of maximum 280 knots, so I will just reduce it to 80. And we are at or below flight level 200. See, and it's perfectly. That was just a rule of thumb. I didn't calculate anything of that before, nor did I have any information from the GPS. At Abili we have no restriction, and then is Uglet is incoming after that. Oh, I'm zooming into Uglet. Over here is incoming next, and at Uglet we will cross at flight level 120 and maximum of 250 knots. And from Uglet we will descend to flight level 60. Let's increase this a bit. It's getting a little bit bumpy. Still the red light from the setting sun. And we have 8 nautical miles left until Uglet. So I will reduce the speed to 250 knots now. knots. I don't think we will make it until flight level 120, but it will be close, so we're fine. And then we will have the next waypoint, which is Gillon, or Gillon. There's no restriction, and then we will come to Le Luc VOR, and we need to cross that at or above flight level 70. So we passed Uglet now. Yeah, it's close. It's okay. We don't need to enter a holding just because of 700 feet. So, and now I will continue the descent to 7,000. We have no speed restriction at Le Luc. And then I will switch to the approach page. Yeah, we have to continue on flight level 60 after that, until we are at MD 404. From there we can descend to 3,000 feet, and from there we descend to 2,000 feet. So we are now passing flight level 100, so we turn on the lights. Everything turned on, tail floodlights and landing lights, as well as taxi lights, everything is turned on. And I think this could be the airport over there. This could be it. So we're making a right turn here and then we land here. Not sure about that, but could be. So we are now approaching Gillen. We are already at 8,500 feet. So we make it easily to 7,000 until Le Luc, which is the next waypoint over here. I'm just curious if this is the airport, but I think it should be. But no. On the other hand, it doesn't have to. Well, I see all airports and there is just mine. And let me see, because I need to see anyway if I... Oh, actually it is. It has 2 runways. We will vacate to the right side. There is no other way to vacate. And then we go to the apron and look for a nice gate. So we are now passing Le Luc at 7,000. And we should go to Nikip next. There you are. And at Nikip I want to have 60, so I'm descending. And then we will maintain flight level 60 until MD 404. According to the flight plan. It's here, you can see 6,000, then we descend 3,000, then we descend 2,000 at Bolba, and then we are approaching. So after Foxtrot Delta 35 Zulu, we start the descent with a 3.5 degrees glide path. This is roughly 800 feet, and at this Mike Delta 409, we will this is our approach missed approach point, where we need to go around if we don't see the airport by then, but that's no problem. The reason for us to go around could just be unstable approach, so everything else should be no problem. And also what's nice is if I go outside here, you cannot see any ground details, right? It's just black. And of course the lanterns. If I have a look here, you can see the mountains below me. So that's why I love this ground radar. Because you can just see all the ground details which you cannot see over here. So we are approaching MD 403. We want to be at 6,000 still. Now turning left. And we will reduce the speed already down to 10 knots. Just to be a little bit slower and have more reaction time left, so to say. So I'm now approaching 404, which we will cross at flight level 60 as well. And I have 10 miles to go. Actually, it's a little bit sad that I cannot read that here is a 4 behind. I just see it over here. But we're going from MD40 to MD40. That's, yeah, not really good. There you have it on the screen, 404. And our scheduled departure time is now 18:09, our estimated, and our GPS is telling us 18:10, so it's quite accurate. I can now turn in 3,000 feet already because we have the old hold modus. So so it's holding here. We'll turn on floodlights a little bit, not that much, just to see a little bit more until we are in the final approach, and then it depends on the lighting conditions if we turn it off or on. Just because if I turn it off, it's like you can see the outside better. If I turn it on, you're a little bit more like blinded. And we're crossing 404, and we start our descent. We reduce the speed already to 190 knots. I want to have my final approach speed, oh by the way, final approach speed, speed bugs. No, all off V approach, and we reduce that to 130 knots. And we do that here as well. V approach 130 knots. Unfortunately, it is not possible to fly an FPV mode, which is possible, for example, in the Airbus A320. That means you can type in like 3.5 degrees descent, and then it will descend with a 3.5 degrees angle. It's not possible in here, so we have to use the charts, and the charts list you up the ground speed, knots, and then tell you the descent rate in feet per minute according to a 3.5 degrees glide path. And we are approaching 405, and we are approaching 3000. Hi Derek Faisal Reyes Diaz. Welcome to the stream. And we're passing 405. And we will now descend to 2000. Oh, thank you very much, Derek Pfizer raised ears. Thank you very much for subscribing. I really appreciate that. So we can say set flaps 1. And we are approaching 2000. Actually, there is even a glide path indicator here. Okay, maybe it is set up somewhere. Let me see. I have no data for nav 1 and nav 2. The nav frequencies is 110.5. I'm not sure where this glide path indicator is coming from. But, well, anyway, I like it. Radio altimeter is alive. And now we're turning final. There is the runway. We are now at 2000. Altitude hold. So I will turn this down to 0 because I think otherwise we cannot descend. And I will now start to reduce the speed to our final approach speed of 130 knots. Flaps 2, gear down. Flaps full. And we are now approaching Foxtrot Delta 35 Zulu. So once we pass this, we start our descent with 800 feet per minute, and that should bring us to the ground. But we will, of course, fly manual the last part. I will zoom in on the map so that I can see exactly when we approach the point. I mean, I have 1 nautical mile here left, but yeah, I will switch to heading mode so that we will fly the heading once we pass this point. I'm not sure what the GPS is doing otherwise. And then we turn in versus, and we start our descent with 800 feet per minute. With a little bit earlier. So let's see if this is bringing us close to the airport. Actually, we can already see the airport down here in the navigation display. There you can see the runway here, the airport. The other runway is over here. Terminals, so you can see the ground layout there. I think I started a little bit too early, so we'll turn up and just descend with 700. Radio altimeter says 1600. We are slightly left, so we need to take care about the group of trees down here for the final approach. And I will just see if this is bringing us down to where we need to be. Yeah, we are slightly left, so I need to do this manually, but that's no problem because we have the airport already inside. I will adjust myself a little bit, turn off the autopilot, and I try to keep descending with 800 feet per minute, but I will turn the go-around altitude to 3000. Because on the left side there is some mountains, so if we need to go around then we have to turn right definitely. And yeah, we're coming in more centered. Still a bit left. Thank you, Derek. Yeah, the approach looks good for now. The landing is always a little bit difficult with this aircraft because it says the V approach is 130 knots, but actually I will touch down with like 110, so I need to find a point where I turn off the auto throttle and reduce the speed. So here you can see the group of trees which we need to pass. Runway is quite short, long enough for us, but still short. Puppy says okay. And yeah, that's what I mean. I flare already, but the aircraft is not coming down as I would like to. Reverse thrust. Manual braking. Ground spoilers armed, and the spoilers disarmed. Manual braking. And we go out the left one on Alpha 1. Okay. Parking brake set for now. So turn off the lights. Pulse lights can be turned off. Turn off the transponder mode. And we will now taxi on the right. We will now taxi on the right. And taxi to the gate. Thank you, Derek. 69 out of 100. That was not good. Yeah, as I said, the landing is always a little bit difficult with this aircraft because it's reacting really strange. It's setting up the V approach automatically. You can change that. Let's see. No, this is minimums. Speedbox. So I set it manually to 130 because automatically it says 135, but I feel that it's way too much. On the other hand, I don't want to be too slow just in case I need to go around, and I don't want to risk a stall there. So I think the aircraft data needs to be changed, because also the engine thrust is set too much. Okay, there are aircraft. Is an aircraft? Well, I'm sorry. And we are now approaching a bus in front of us. I'm not sure what's going on there. Why there are so many aircraft. I will turn on the APU. Whoops, this is the bus. And there is the next. But actually we're going here onto this gate. So we turn here and we turn to the right. And that's it. APU generator on. Parking brake set. And we can turn off the engines. That was it. Yeah, I know I'm killing the cars, but well, what should I do? These are like Microsoft standard cars on the ground. I don't want to reduce that airport traffic to minimum or to zero, because I actually like it if there are cars going around, but they're always taxiing on the taxiway instead of streets. So yeah, that's a little bit weird. Anyway, we are down in Cannes, complete at the next tour of the BizJet Worldtour. The next one is bringing us actually from, let me see, I have to look it up. I don't know it by heart. We're staying in France. I think I said it in the stream before. It's bringing us to Beauvais-Tillé Airport, yeah, which is north of Paris. So I will fly this. I will fly this next time. And for now, actually, what was the landing time? Because I always note that it's 18. Let's make it 18:12 or something. Yeah. Cars are rebelling. They want to be planes. Yeah, it might be. I think actually, to be honest, I think this is a mistake by Azobo. He programmed the cars to go on the taxiways because he had the taxiway routes anyway because of the automatic the standard ATC. So you can get taxi instructions from ATC, and I think they use it for the cars as well. But of course, it would be more realistic if they are going on streets on the airport, because there are enough of it. And yeah, basically, I don't like to like brake and wait for the cars to disappear or whatever happens, because like it was on the taxiway before, if they coming facing towards me and then they break down because they see there is an aircraft, so I'm braking as well, and then we're just waiting until, I don't know, forever. I don't know what happens then. Anyway, we are down in Cannes. We're doing the next stream in the next few days. I'm not sure if I'm doing it tomorrow evening or maybe on Tuesday. I hope you guys enjoyed the flight, enjoyed the landscape. We started with offline texture, at least I think, because Flight Simulator told me it is offline. Had a nice approach into Cannes, a nice sunset also. And yeah, if you didn't do it before, you can give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you, Derek, for subscribing. I really appreciate that, getting a little bit bigger, and I would be really glad if I can see you or Jeremy or all of the other viewers again for the next live stream. It will be somewhere in the evening, so if you don't miss something, then just hit the bell, and then you won't miss any more live streams. Thank you very much, and I wish you now a pleasant evening. And actually, I'm not sure yet, but maybe I will stream later on again if we depart from Quito in Ecuador and fly to Bogota into Colombia for the what's it called? Into Colombia? No, into Bogota 2.0 is the event called, I think. I'm not sure if I stream. If yes, you will have a notification once you click the bell. And now, for real, I wish you a very nice evening. Bye bye.